Greetings viewers and subscribers. So in today's journey, we're going to be traveling from Coral Gardens in Montego Bay, St. James, and we are going to end the journey at Iron Shore, also in Montego Bay, St. James. Whilst we were on this journey, we came across a traffic accident. Now, when we reach at the scene of the accident, we are gonna slow down the video so you can see for yourself exactly what had happened. Sit back, relax, and drive with me. Now for today, we are gonna upload 2 videos. Later on today, we are gonna upload another video because trust me, the stories are piling up. Later on today, we're going to tell you about 2 men who were shot at Ginger Hill in Hanover. One of them succumbed to his injuries. We are also going to tell you about a 34-year-old shopkeeper. He was shot at Wait a Bit in Trelawney. We are also going to tell you about a man. His name is Mr. Marvin Clayton. He's 35 years old and he was taken out at William Street in Montego Bay. We're also going to tell you about a 72-year-old taxi driver who was shot by a man at Westgate Hills in Montego Bay. Those, among other stories, will be coming up in the next video this afternoon. You're gonna want to stick around for that. So in today's story, a police sergeant, he's suspected of taking his own 3 points. We're gonna save that story for last. We're gonna give you some background information and we're also gonna tell you why it is suspected that this sergeant took his own 3 points. Stick around for the last story. But first up, we had promised you in our last video that we'll be giving you the details as to how Joe Grind met his demise. So here goes. It happened at Farm Pen in the parish of Westmoreland. Now Farm Pen, that area is also popularly known as Land Isle of Phase 6. It happened on Saturday, the 29th of May 2021, about some minutes after 1 a.m. Our information is that O'Brien Ellis, he's popularly known as Joe Grind. He was 33 years old, unemployed, of Dujan Lane in Farm Pen in the parish of Westmoreland. Joe Grind, at the said date and time, it is said that he drove into his yard in a Toyota Altis motor car. He was accompanied by 2 other persons. As he stopped and came out of the car, he was approached by men armed with handguns. The men, they immediately opened fire at Joe Grind. He was hit multiple times in his head and upper body. Joe Grind, he fell to the ground. The men then made good their escape on foot in the area. The police were called in, and on their arrival, Joe Grind, he was seen dressed in a green t-shirt, black pants, multicolored underpants, and a pair of green Clark's shoes. He was found suffering from gunshot wounds to his head and his upper body. Joe Grind, he was taken to the Savlamar Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD. Now, when this crime scene was processed, our information is that a total of 13 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. So it is safe to say that these hoodlums, they fired at least 13 bullets. So they came for Joe Grind and they ensured that when they were leaving, Joe Grind was down and could not get back up. In the second story for today, now this one, very sad. It took place at a place named Lagwood in the Green Island police area in the parish of Hanover. It took place on Saturday, the 29th of May, 2021, about some minutes to 12 midday. Now, our information is that a young man, his name is Renaldo McFarlane. He's 24 years old and he was a construction worker of Lagwood, Green Island in the parish of Hanover. Now, Renaldo, he lived at a house with his bigger brother. His brother is a craft vendor of the said address. Now, they have a light on the roof of their house. So the night before, they realized that the bulb was blown and need replacing. So on the Saturday morning, Renaldo's brother, he bought a light bulb to have it changed. So Renaldo, he went up on top of the roof to go and change this light bulb. His brother was inside of the house. Whilst he was inside of the house, he heard something fell on the ground and saw that it was the light bulb that Renaldo had gone at the house top with that had fallen to the ground. When he looked on the roof, he saw his brother's hand hanging from the roof. Further checks were made and Renaldo's lifeless body was seen on top of the roof. It is believed that Renaldo, when he went on top of the roof, he came in contact with the electrical wires that was on the roof. As a result, he was electrocuted. The police were called in and Renaldo, he was taken to the Noel Holmes Hospital in Lucy, where he was pronounced DEAD. This is so sad for this family. Condolences to his family. May his soul rest in peace. Now, in the final story for today, and you know how we do things already, we love giving background. If you come on this channel, you are listening to stories, don't expect us to be just getting to the point without giving you some background information. That is how we do our stories. If you are impatient, just put your finger on top of the cursor and that bar that you see running across, slide it down if you want to hear the conclusion. But we give background information. So, on Tuesday, December 22nd, 2009, a 45 years old police constable. His name, Constable David Benlas. Constable Benlas, he was driving a marked police vehicle. In this vehicle, he was accompanied by a sergeant named Lincent Smith. Both of them were assigned to the Black River Police Station. They were traveling along the Goshen Main Road in the parish of St. Elizabeth. Now, whilst traveling along the Goshen Main Road, it is said that the constable, he lost control of the vehicle. As a result, he collided into another vehicle being driven by a 29-year-old salesman of a Stone Hill address in St. Andrew. All three persons were injured as a result of this collision. They were rushed to the Black River Hospital where Constable Benlas, he was pronounced DEAD. Sgt Smith and this 29-year-old salesman, they were treated for serious injuries and later released from hospital. Now, remember where I told you that this accident occurred. It occurred along the Goshen Main Road. Remember that. Fast forward to 2020. Sgt Lincent Smith, he was in charge of the process section at the Black River Police Station. The process section, they are tasked with the responsibility of executing warrants on behalf of the court. They also collect money on behalf of the court. So if there's a warrant which states that somebody is to pay X amount, they can collect that money, then hand it over to the courthouse. Sgt Smith, he was in charge of this department. Now in early 2020, we are told that it was discovered that some money that was collected by the department, the process department, could not be accounted for. Questions were being asked of Sgt Smith. He could not give a reasonable account. We are not sure what sum of money it is. But our information is that this money was collected on behalf of the courthouse and could not be accounted for. Things started closing in on Sgt Smith, so he reported sick. He was injured on duty in 2009. So he reported sick, stating that his injuries from that accident were acting upon him. So, what persons must understand is that if a police officer was injured in the line of duty and he reports sick, if he's out for even 6, 7, 8 months, the police force still have to pay him. Because yes, he was injured in the line of duty. So Sgt Smith, he was out on sick leave for almost a year, we are told. On Thursday, the 27th of May 2021, Sgt Smith's relative reported him missing. He could not be found. We are told that a missing person report was filed. On Saturday, the 29th of May 2021, about 11 a.m., some residents of Goshen in St. Elizabeth, they saw a pickup truck parked in some bushes in the area. This pickup truck was parked there for an extended period. As a result, some residents, they went and looked inside of this pickup truck. In the truck, they saw a man slumped over the steering wheel. The police was called in, and on the arrival of the police, Sgt Lincent Smith, he was seen slumped over the steering wheel with what appears to be a single wound to his head. We are told that his licensed firearm was also recovered. It is suspected that Sgt Smith, he took his own 3 points. Whatever was happening with Sgt Smith, he decided that this was the end of the road for him. We are happy that he didn't take anybody else with him, because that was possible. So stick around. Later on, we are gonna bring you some other stories. Blessed love, everybody.